Ethan Hawke did a video very recently, and it's gone viral. It's about really life, art, the human condition. And this is going to be my reaction, so you want to make sure you come on back. How's it going, Nez Nation? It's so good to see you. If you're new to my channel, I'm Professor Nez, personal branding coach, executive career coach, online business strategist, helping you to really thrive both personally and professionally by sharing your story, getting yourself out there so you can really attract what you want. Whether that's starting a business, advancing your career, earning more money, living the life you lead, the whole gamut. And I don't want to talk too much about that, but I would love it if you could give us a like right here, because it really helps us with the algorithm, and consider subscribing, because if you like the viral video I'm talking about by Ethan Hawke, you're going to love my channel, because a lot of the same things that he discusses, and I think that really he kind of inspires people towards and aspires his content to be about, is really kind of resonant with us and our channel. We talk a lot about mindset and messaging here. So subscribe. It's really easy. Just click that subscribe button. Okay, so this is a good one. I think actually the Ethan Hawke video, Give Yourself Permission to Be Creative, and I'm going to link it in the description down below, because I tried to contact YouTube. I tried to contact some of my YouTube friends who are really big in the space, and all kind of arrows pointed towards, you don't want to do kind of screen share, or you don't want to risk, because I'm not a really big channel, even though I value this channel more than anything, but you don't want to risk any copyright strikes, and it can get really kind of dicey, and I'm not the most technical dude on the planet, and that's something I try to advocate to you guys too, is when you're creating content, don't overthink the technical, just do it and get yourself out there, because it's going to help you in every facet of your life, professionally and personally. And so I'm going to leave a link in the description. If you haven't seen it and you're wondering, what in the world are you talking about, Nez? I'll leave a link to the video in the description. And as I'm talking about it, it'll make more sense to, after you see this video, it'll make more sense, when you go watch Ethan Hawke's video. And so one of the things that I think is interesting in my reaction to this viral video is that, we've had so much divisiveness, we've had so much polarization, we've had so much extreme perspectives, extreme behaviors, extreme attitudes in 2020. I mean, this has been the year of endless, it seems like, tragedy after tragedy after tragedy. I would look at this year as a huge kind of rebuilding year, or reformation, if you will, a reconstruction of our mind, our spirit, our goals, ourselves, a deep kind of introspection. Usually when, these kind of events happen and we have these extreme shifts in being and living in our lifestyle and in our environment, I look at these as the universe kind of giving us cues that, hey man, you gotta change your stuff up. You gotta regroup. You gotta take another look. It's not cruelty. It's not just mindless tragedy. I don't look at these things like that. I look at these things as a spotlight, as a way for us to identify, okay, this is an opportunity to really take a hard look, and not just kind of live life every single day like an automaton and on autopilot, where everything kind of just, it's like Monday turns into December, and December turns into, summer, and it's like we don't even realize what's going on. Next thing we know, we're 95. It's moments like these that are pivotal, defining moments, and these are opportunities for us to really, really examine what's really important, what really matters, what are we giving our attention to. And this video that Ethan Hawke put out recently through TED Talks, I think it's the video of 2020. I think it's probably the most inspiring, beautiful video, heartfelt video. And I don't know if he did a bunch of takes. I mean, he's an actor, but it seemed really genuine, because one of the things that I mentioned, at the top of the video was, most people think of Ethan Hawke as just this actor who, he's just a movie actor. And a lot of us probably don't have a lot of tolerance maybe when movie actors try to give us life advice, or movie actors try to tell us how to live, or try to tell us, or kind of proselytize, or maybe preach to us, right? But this is completely different. I mean, Ethan Hawke has really demonstrated throughout his career that he's an artist, and he has the artist's eye, and he looks at things, in a very human kind of way. One of the mission statements here as Nez Nation, as most of you guys know, is to bring more humanness to this digitalness. And what do I mean by that? Well, it correlates to what Ethan Hawke was talking about. A lot of us are very hesitant, and he says this in his video, we're very suspect of our own talent. And, I talk a lot about this on my channel. We think that creativity is only for those who are artists or painters or musicians. We don't realize, and he talks about his great-grandmother, or not his great-grandmother, but his grandmother, how she put her passion into quilting. And he very kind of cool moment in the video, he says, you could feel her expression in the quilt. You could feel her love for that. And he talks a lot about how the art is not just, something that we kind of dreamily or kind of in passing think about, yeah, that's important for society, but it's actually sustenance. It's actually nutrition for the soul. It's food for our society. That it inspires us, that we need it as human beings to survive. And it is not relegated to just being a musician, a painter, or a writer, or an author, or a director, or what have you. That, sometimes the greatest creators, and I've said this before on my channel, mothers can be the greatest creators. It takes amazing creativity to be a good mother. It takes amazing creativity to raise a human soul. It takes amazing creativity to build things, to architect things, to fix a toilet. I've seen some plumbers in my life that could blow away Picasso when it comes to artistry. And I mean that with every fiber of my being. And that art, what the real crux of the Ethan Hawke video is that art comes from us really identifying what it is inside us that burns and that fuels us and electrifies us and makes us want to express that thing over everything else. And some people call that doing what you love or doing your passion. But it's identifying that thing that just zaps you with interest and just absolutely hones you in and gets you more focused than anything else. That is, you're compulsed to do it. You're almost possessed. I really don't want to say do what you love, or you should be, even though Ethan says this in the video. He says creativity is doing what you love, and doing what you love as a tactician, as a practitioner, as someone who is dedicated to their craft, whatever their craft may be. I don't want to say that, because it just gets tossed around and it becomes too bumper stickery. What I say is, what is that thing that keeps you up at night? What is that thing that's on your mind constantly deep down? You know what that is. What is that thing that gnaws at you late at night? What is that thing that you can't seem to evade, that it dominates your consciousness even when you're with your family, even when you're at work, while you're driving in the car? Sometimes while you're listening to other people in conversation, that thing just comes. What is that thing? What is that thing that obsesses you? What is that thing that electrifies every molecule in your body and makes you want to do that thing? And, he brings up this beautiful example of Allen Ginsberg, who is a very famous poet from the Beat generation. I've read a lot of Allen Ginsberg, and one of my favorite authors is Jack Kerouac, who is a part of that generation. And he brings up this idea of playing the fool, of most people are afraid that if they put themselves out there, they're going to be ridiculed. They're going to be made fun of. This is a constant theme on my channel too. And what Allen Ginsberg says, and Ethan kind of speaks on this, that, hey, that's my job, playing the fool. I'm a poet. I'm meant to disrupt. I'll be the fool. I'm willing to be the fool. And here's the real important thing in this video. And Ethan says this, and this is my reaction to it. He says it's not really up to us whether we're good at something or not. And most of the times, people can be, as history has shown, an unreliable source for criticism of what we do. What matters is expressing ourselves. What matters is doing that thing, not for fame, not for likes, not for views, not for subscribers, but doing that thing that you feel ultimately compelled to do, where it seems like every force in the universe is driving you to do this thing. And nature, I actually want to bring up another poet that I love, Charles Bukowski, who I quote, The Laughing Heart. One of my favorite, I actually have this posted in my, I'm going to make this, I think I already have it framed in the garage. The Laughing Heart. It's your life. Do what you are meant to do. The gods can't wait to delight in you. It's about experience. Here's my kind of sort of summation and my, I don't want to say thesis, but my kind of main thing here that I want to get across is that it's about experience. When you are wholesomely yourself, when you are unabashedly yourself, when you are not worried about coming across as a fool, that's some of the greatest human beings we've ever met in life were considered fools at one time. Some of the greatest inventors, some of the greatest artists, businessmen, leaders, visionaries were considered fools at one point in their life. But because they had the conviction, because they didn't allow that to stop them, we have some of these amazing things and creations that have changed and transformed mankind forever. When you are unabashedly yourself, the gods will delight in you. When you are unabashedly yourself, good things happen. More importantly, not only like external things, like, networking with the right people, meeting the right people at the right time. It's funny how the universe does this, but also finding yourself belonging, finding your sort of nook in the world, if you will, your nook and cranny in the world, which as human beings, we all want to feel like we belong, right? That's just a universal human condition. But also, it's good for you internally. It's nutritional for you internally. It's unbelievably sustaining and unbelievably nurturing for you internally. Ethan Hawke says in the video that art is sustenance. It is food for the soul, right? So not only externally, but maybe more importantly, internally. Because as we go through this thing called life, as you get older, some of you might be younger watching this, but as you get older, you get tacked on a lot of things. The world is trying very, very hard to beat the individuality out of you, and it becomes harder to remain that unique, undeniable individual that you are. And this is scientific. This isn't woo-woo. I mean, you are the only you that's ever existed in the history of mankind. I mean, think about that for a second. There may be a lot of people who are like Professor Nez. There may be a lot of people who are similar to Professor Nez. There may even be a ton of people who are so damn close to Professor Nez, they seem like his twin. But nobody, capital F fact, nobody is chromosome for chromosome, molecule for molecule, exactly like me and you. There's only ever been one in the history of mankind. And so, Ethan Hawke calls this very liberating, and I agree, it's super liberating, knowing this. So don't be afraid to play the fool. As long as you're playing you, it doesn't matter. I really encourage you to go check out this video. Again, I'm going to leave it in the description down below, and I'm sorry I couldn't do a sort of typical traditional reaction video like a lot of YouTubers do, because I really just don't have the wherewithal to do it without getting a copyright strike. And if I get copyright strikes on my channel, I can't bring these videos to you. So I hope you understand. But really, I was inspired by what Ethan said, and I hope you're inspired by what I'm talking about. And this is the chain of life. This is the beautiful thing of human connection. This is why I say on my channel, bring in more humanness to this digitalness. This space is just another manifestation of this beautiful thing called creation. The internet is not evil. Social media, YouTube is not evil. Yes, there's people who are doing some bad boogie things, but we don't want to characterize or judge these unbelievable platforms of connectivity by the least common denominator. It's too far and few in between. And so I hope you got a lot out of this video. As I said before, I'm going to leave Ethan's video in the description down below, as well as a ton of other videos related to what I'm talking about. You want to make sure you go check that out. And I want to hear from you. What do you think? What are your thoughts? Come back to this video, comment on, what do you think about anything that I'm talking about creativity, human connectionness, manifestation, doing what you're supposed to be doing, identifying your purpose, how creativity is sustenance. What are your thoughts on this stuff? What are your thoughts on Ethan's video? Leave a comment here down below. Please make sure that you smash the smash button. By the way, I respond to all the comments. And go check out these other videos. Please make sure that you subscribe, because I'm bringing bone marrow content every single week. Content that is helping you to get out of your own way, discover who you truly are, communicate that to the world so you can live the life that you were meant to live. This is the most important channel. This is the most important platform that I've dedicated my soul to. And I want to bring you the best of the best. And I'm not ever going to stop. And also, let me know in the comments down below, what are some videos you'd like to see? What are some topics you'd like to see? What are some challenges that you're facing right now? Let me know. I would love to hear from you. Thank you so much. Go check out these other videos, because if you like this one, you're going to love the other ones. And I'll see you guys next time.